While on the other hand, the counter pick into Volibear is going to be handed over to Ziv. That one is very strong scaling. You can win the matchup quite easily against Renekton. And, you know, they can play through a lot more lanes right now. We're seeing Shanks come in, and he's able to play a lot more control mages, able to play the Zoe. They're going straight for Herald. They are here first. I don't think W can contest this. They are a little bit late.
They are a little late. Beishong is about half health. There is the ultimate coming out from the Sejuani as the fight ensues, but it is the very, very lone Crocodile.
And hopefully find a good use of that Herald now that they're up a summon, ultimate.
And not a huge amount of mana here on top of Forge, but the Flash and the Pulverize means they're going to go for this full engage. Missing will, however, fall. There is the Maokai ultimate. They're going to try and see if they can lock people up. Forge just trying to back himself away. Goes Golden as well. And they are able to take down the Sejuani, and Forge is still alive on the back end. Breeze did pick himself up a kill, but Forge takes down another just before he falls. Rogue Warriors coming out very much on top of this. It's a 3-for-2 overall. But now Rogue Warriors, they're in a little bit of no man's land. They're just trying to kite this one out. Kyocho goes golden, but Pantheon cannot flash away. Now it's Ziv. They're not really in position to kind of go for this, but they're just inching themselves in. I think they're just a little too late.
Yeah, and they have no ultimates for this. It's going to be very hard to contest, but maybe they can get some exit kills.
The Skyfall comes in, but Harrow's in no man's land and he gets completely taken down. Now the fight's very much in favor.
They have to make this pick composition work. They have the Zoe, they have the Pantheon, but they haven't found the picks just yet.
Oh, speaking of picks, Forge
gets their targets wisely. Shanks is the easiest one on the map to hopefully get something on. They don't find it, and here comes Beishong.
Beishong is there, but also the TP coming in from Breed as Harrow has to flash away, but he is not flash far.
They are just winning this map out with all of the patience. Look at their setup. They're playing something. They didn't go for the Talia pick, didn't go for crowd control duration for them to actually pick up the Shanks kill whatsoever. So
anyway, saying that Forge is one of the big boys, that's reserved for Rookie and Knight, but overall, what's your assessment been of this, you know, kind of relatively new mid laner coming into this roster, especially from this first game?
I think W does a very good job of protecting him in terms of
everyone getting spotted out here, and then they might be in a little bit of trouble. They are being pinched in. So they wait for a little bit of support, but that's not going to happen just yet. They're going to jump straight on top of the Volibear. Ziv, however, had no support of his own.
Wanted to do a gambit, and it didn't pay off. Way more members than he expected.
Honestly, just from a positioning and kind of wave management point of view, this has been perfect from the side of TWE. As I say that, Jomong!
Cleanse used.
Gonna be forced to cleanse, and he's gonna be... Oh, does he die? Yes, he does. There is enough health, or maybe third. And overall, it feels like it's just Rogue Warriors. They're gonna have to fight here. They don't really have a choice.
They're getting some good chunk damage onto the likes of Missing, and there goes Jomong!
Jomong has to go and try and fight everybody. It's a flash in from Missing as he goes with the Pulverize. It's a great Pulverize down, but with 2 quick kills.
However, Jomong being on that side of the map was a little bit weird. If they catch Rogue Warriors out here in the open, this is a pretty free engage on their part. You're going in.
Oh, they're going to go in with a 2 ultimates burn there to try and get Chocho down, but here is the Skyfall. Here's they're going to go in. Rogue Warriors trying to replane them in, but look at the Forge. Look at KaiSser. KaiSser and Forge are untouched. They're able to try and free fall if they can get it, but like you said, the tanks of Team WE are just too damn tanky. They can't burn those health bars quick enough. They do pick down Ziv, and that means the Baron potentially could be on the cards here.
I don't really like what Rogue Warriors were doing. I felt like they were fishing too hard for picks right there, and they showed their entire 5-man combo right there, right in the mid lane. So it was very easy for W to just say, hey, we have the better front line, we're going to rush in, and now they get
down below half HP. Ziv is here, the Pantheon is available, the Smite Steal is there, it's a level advantage to Beishong, so it shouldn't realistically be a 50-50. It is not. They throw in a couple of Qs, but nothing goes down. WE pick up the Baron.
That paddle star did get me gasping right there.
Jomong getting caught out twice. It's been relatively clean from them. It's been relatively solid, and it hasn't really felt like they've been out of control. They're going to back themselves up. Now, with the combination of their solo lanes, they feel a little bit safer. Beishong jumps in. They're going to jump straight onto Ziv, and he hasn't really got any kind of tanky stats. He has to ult away just to keep himself alive. They're jumping straight in on top of Forge. Great engage from Missing, and now it's a 4v5. It's a fight on 2 fronts, though. It's 3 in the front, 2 on the back, but now there's 2 dead, and the rest of Rogue Warriors have to back away. But with the Baron buff, they can take an inhibitor. They may be looking at the Nexus.
Shanks and Jomong were just completely untouched in that team fight. Once again, W know their team comp's win condition front-to-back team fight. We're going to engage on you whenever we see you, and Rogue Warriors just wasn't aware about that. You know, they were showing all of their members right there, and it was kind of an easy call for WE. Just go straight in, nobody touches the carries, and they're going to snowball this inhibitor down and potentially just take away game 1.
They've got 10 seconds until Forge comes back on this Zoe, so it is still a little bit touch and go. No more Baron buff. They will take a Nexus turret.
To get that last team fight win, their carries are still incredibly safe. How are they going to make it past the ramp? They aren't.
Oh, they are not, and that is going to be the KaiSser down. That is your biggest source of constant DPS, dead in the water. Ziv dies again. He's up and he's down. 0, 4, and 5 on the Volibear, and they jump straight onto Forge. They're not done here. Team WE want to take away everybody's life. It is only the Maokai left alive, and with a bot wave pushing in, they're going to push themselves straight onto these inhibitor and Nexus turrets.
What a clean game coming in from WE. It was an absolute statement on how they are going to approach this season. They're going to come in slow and measured. They're still going to incorporate Jomung, who was their biggest carry in the last season, and they're going to play around to punish him with a Gragas first pick, and I think that's why, you know, blind pick Gragas is being so popular. Ooh.
See Beishang now roaming down towards the spot lane. They're trying to use the Hex Flash, but it's a 3v3, like you said, the 6-man, but a teleport going to be committed here from the side of Team WE, as now they join in with their top laner as well. Big TP in, but he's got nowhere to go and no real support. He has to flash himself away. But now Aurelia's in a little bit of trouble. Breathe needs to be very, very careful. He has to heal out. They get a hook landed. It's all over the place. Everyone's just kind of flashing away. Now walking towards each other. But Breathe is here, so he has the support of his top laner. Missing in this bot side. They're going to try to go straight on top of him. As Missing goes straight in on top of Chocho, who's very, very low. They're going to use the killer instinct, but it's a trade of supports with both AD carries picking it up. But the shurikens are flying, and that's going to be the Aphelios 2v.
On the top side.
No, Shanks gets the scatter that we got top. Forge being walked in. Great, let's kiss. The shockwave does not land on multiple members, only lands on Daharu, who does not mind. He actually misses his intended target, but catches someone off the backside. Forge running for his life, gets a good scatter to the weak, so he's not able to be taken down. The exhausted Breathe is still able to pick up a kill off the backside. Chocho, though, landing another fantastic Thresh hook, but that is an Aurelia with a Vanguard's Edge. You need to be so careful, but that being said, here comes the Aphelios.
That Sinjo should have been allowed to escape in that scenario, but he does, and right now we're going to see a Herald
just misses, and that is going to be Missing, getting out just about with the scrape of his life. Arrow is there. Beishang did clock him with an axe. Shanks is getting hit by more and more CC. Another hook lands. He's going to have to use a shockwave. Does land on the 2, but he goes down anyway. Vanguard's Edge and the teleport used. There is a kill down onto Harrow, so it's an end up being a trade of 1 for 1. The KaiSser is not here. Great explosive cast on the Beishang. They can just lock him down. The hook goes wide, but it does not matter. Forge gets donated.
The entire corridor and made sure they got another exit kill right there. It's going to be too hard to shut him down.
And the tower.
You don't see in other regions that much. You know, you usually get a nice punishing or a good talk from your coach if you try to do that, but Cullen just steps right up.
You know, about a kill or so, like give or take. So, you know, 70 is a lot.
That was a bit of a head scratcher, and frankly, pretty common from Jomo. I have to be honest, this is a big divisive point on how high people rank Jomo. He has great damage numbers.
Bit of a dangerous call, though. Shanks has got his ultimate. If he gets himself in, Chocho is very, very low. TP's being called in. This is so risky. Beishang has been given time. Beishang is almost there. The Dragon, or the Baron, down to about 2,000 HP.
So
they kill down Chocho, but Missing is there. But the shotgun into the backside. The Baron killed him. The Baron killed him. No, the 6th man, the imposter. He was sus the whole time, and Rogue Warriors didn't even know. He takes
up those Baron shots. The Baron was dealing so much damage to them, and in the final moments, Haru actually walks into the back of the Baron. The back of the Baron does 50% extra damage when those spikes come out. He gets completely...
This is getting to the point of no return, as we can see the Aphelios jumping in. Flawless Roulette means nothing. That
instantly gets popped.
And this is the win condition. Like that, you know, Ziv, unfortunately, is a little sidestep there as he keeps himself alive from the scatter of the weak. That lands, but as I say that, Missing goes in. Missing trying to get as much as he possibly can. The box goes down. Shockwave onto 3. And Breathe and Jomung trying to see if they get it. Sorry, Beishong and Jomung trying to get in. But Beishong is just able to get so much damage. He is untouched as this Olaf, unperturbed as well as he goes into the Ragnarok. They pick themselves up several kills.
Are down, they rush in, and what a beautiful placement of the ball coming in from Shanks, getting that triple and landing the easy cleanup for the rest of the team.
Biscuit for both teams. Baron down to about just below 3,000 HP. They go in, they're not going to be able to get the steal. Missing jumps in with the ultimate to try and get the Spark started off. But the Vanguard's Edge and the Aphelios, the win condition, the president of this composition is dead. He is down and the Secret Service needs to run away. They cannot defend themselves anymore. It's a triple for Breeze on the Aurelia, and this game is all but over.
Absolute nuisance that Missing was in that team fight. He gets the crowd control down onto Cullen. Cullen doesn't even have any chance to use his summoners. Jomung flies right in. Breathe is right next to his side, and they instantly kill the Aphelio. So very well done. Great execution on the side of WE. They are showing so many different comps at such a high level of execution and understanding today. It's absolutely mind-boggling. First game, it was a tried and true teamfight composition, just set up in the LDL, and Rogue Warriors put a lot of faith in starting him over the likes of Betty, who frankly had a pretty good time on RNG, was recognized as probably their best player last year. So it's you know, there are definitely things to watch out for in this rebuilding Rogue Warriors roster. And honestly, I don't think they look as bad as they did last year when they were a 15th place team. You know, we still have some of the problems where they're going in maybe a little bit too early, but there are things that I think they are definitely showcasing that they can do.
Yeah, I think Keelan on this Aphelios looked fantastic. I think that we talked about how we assumed that this Rogue Warriors roster was going to be a lot more Harrow kind of focused. It feels like they should be leaning towards more of that bot side. It feels like that's the win condition they can really look for. Just based on this one series, it's a very, very small sample size, of course, but overall, there are still positives for Rogue Warriors, and like you said, they still look better than the team they did last year. Team WE, exact same situation. They look much better than they did last year, and I feel like this roster is just finally coming together, and it's getting results. I know, again, very small sample size, still the start of the season, but getting this early result to get your foot, you know, right in the right direction, you know, getting you off the mark is so important.
Yeah, if you told me WE could actually control side lanes last year, I wouldn't believe you. That was going to be a myth. But this time around...
you would have been a liar.
Yes. Like, Morgan didn't really function that way, and towards the end of the split, he didn't really look that good. Teacher Ma also had trouble holding himself up to the standard in his own lane as well. And now we're seeing a completely different W where they are starting to take on, I feel like, a few notes from JD Gaming where they can swap between different compositions quite freely and be expert level on all of these comps. So this is a really good showcase from WE. They're showing exactly what we want out of them, and that is diversity, flexibility in terms of the team compositions, and they still got the execution level down as well. I think WE is going to be an incredibly strong team, very good contender, and I'm still holding my breath. I'm still having them in the 6th or 7th spot, but I wouldn't be too surprised if they run into like IG